Now, a historic flight a few hours from touching down in Melbourne this morning, covering almost 17,000 kilometres from France to Australia. It's the latest test flight for Qantas's Project Sunrise.
Yes, there's no regular passengers on board, just 4 test pilots and 5 engineers, along with 5 tonnes of testing equipment and 1,000 sensors connected via kilometres of cabling running throughout the cabin. And joining us now is Qantas Chief Technical Pilot Alex Passerini. Good morning to you, Captain. Thanks for joining us. This is the first time this Airbus will land on Aussie soil. This is a major milestone, isn't it?
It's incredible. Nothing beats seeing the physical aeroplane after, a lot of talk and excitement. Seeing the aeroplane, smelling the jet fuel, all of those things, and it's just palpable and wonderful to see how much energy and emotion is around it. It's great.
Okay, so Alex, what do you have to do in the test flight? What would it be picking up?
Yeah, so the aeroplane's got some small modifications. For example, the additional 20,000 litre fuel tank. And what the Airbus engineers need to do is check those changes are fit for purpose. In other words, they're working as designed. And so when the airplane does end up departing, they've got a 23-hour flight to check those systems for the projected sunrise flight time, plus an additional safety margin. All those things, pressurisation systems, air conditioning, the fuel transfer systems work, and so on. So there's just that validation period to get through before we can take delivery of the aeroplane. So this is part of that.
Alex, I can't stop thinking about the cabin crew here, mate. I mean, 22 hours, it is such a long time in the air. What are the major challenges for them?
Yeah, well, cabin crew and pilots, managing fatigue, everyone's going to get tired. So having, data-driven fatigue management systems, good rest periods before. We've got a great crew rest for both cabin crew and flight crew on the aeroplane, regular breaks, and post-flight, of course, having a healthy period of rest as well. And the cabin environment on the A350 is 6,000-foot cabin. That's lower than previous generation aircraft, a bit more oxygen, more humidity, better filtration for the air system, so a better environment overall to work in. So lots of positives on this aeroplane, despite the additional flight time.
So we know it's Project Sunrise because you see the sunrise, twice during the flight. We understand you don't have a name for this plane yet. Do you want to just put Sunrise in big letters over the whole...
We'd be happy with that.
Do you think that would work?
Yeah, well, I mean, it's a hark back to our history, right? The secret order of the double sunrise during World War II. 105 years of history that we have at Qantas, and that is a tip of the hat to those amazing men and women that were part of that. And the first aeroplane is named Vega, after the stars that were used for navigating those flights, as the next 4 after this one will be as well. So, we love history in aviation, we love history at Qantas, and I just love the fact that we're recognising that. And another fun fact, actually, this aeroplane is manufacturer serial number 707, which is a hark back to our original jet order in 1959 with Boeing. And so, history wherever you look, and it's wonderful to see this next chapter ahead of us today.
Well, it is so fantastic. Of course, it has become the most tracked flight as well in the world.
Yes.
More than 12,000 people have been watching it on its journey there, Alex. Thanks for your time this morning, mate, and thanks for explaining it to us.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thank you, David. Thank you, Nat. Have a
On
great day.
its way, just a few hours from touching down in Melbourne.